What's up, good people? What's up, good people? How are you doing? How are you faring? It's your boy Eutychus Tepkeny. Now, today we do a carol called We Three Kings. Okay. Now, so this hymn was written by a guy called John Henry Hopkins Jr. He was the son of John Henry Hopkins the first, who was the first bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Vermont and was the 8th presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church of the United States of America. Now, this Episcopal Church is actually part of the whole big Anglican family. So the bishop had this son, and so now something very interesting is when I first heard this name, what came to mind was John Hopkins Hospital. Kama ulisoma ile kitabu ya Dream, I think Big Dream ya nani Ben Carson, you definitely don't know about John Hopkins. So this guy has no relationship with John Hopkins the hospital, because John Hopkins the hospital was started 1 year before. The guy won 100 years before, a century before, around 1795, and this guy was born in October. He was an October baby, October 28th, 1820. So you get it. So he was born, John Henry Hopkins Jr. was born in October 28, 1820, and he actually followed in his footsteps of his father, and he became a clergyman like his dad. Very few people follow their dads. Anyway, now, so he schooled, went to the University of Vermont and got a bachelor's degree in arts. They don't specify which arts he got, but he just got a bachelor's degree. Then he also went ahead and also did his master's degree. And he became, he became a journalist, and he went to seminary, and in 1850, when he was 30 years old, he became a deacon, an author, illustrator, designer, music teacher, and this guy was a jack of many trades. So he graduated from the school that he went to, the seminary, the Great Theological Seminary, and he became the first music teacher in that seminary. Now, and like most carols, this guy wrote the carol for his nieces and nephews for a Christmas event that was coming up. So the song was part and parcel of a production for Christmas, like many other stories. Now, the carol appeared in 1863 when his nephew John Hopkins Henry III printed the hymnal. So he printed the song in a hymnal. So this guy went ahead and he became the leader of the Trinity Church at Pittsburgh, New York. He went ahead and also became a church leader for other churches as well. The Christ Episcopal Church, Williamsport, and he died in 1851. That was 1891. So he was 71 years. He died with 71 years in Hudson, New York, and he was buried next to his dad in Burlington, Vermont. Now, what fun things about this hymn for me was I never knew what this hymn was saying when I was young. So let's play the first line. We three kings of Orient are. I was like, what is? I didn't know what we were saying. That Orient. So just like we three kings are. But I used to like so we would act out as these kings. So one would have the frankincense and they would come and bring it to the baby Jesus. One would have the myrrh, one would have all of those things, and they would do that and we would actually enact this song. This song is a classic because it helps kids remember about the story of Christmas from the view of the Magi. Now the Magi is actually people who are skilled. They used to be like skilled magicians, astrologers, and it is believed that this Magi came from there were people who came from Babylon. That they are people because Daniel had the story says, okay, biblical interpreters say that the story of Jesus was prophesied by Daniel, and so Magi must have been people who came from Babylon because they've been reading the stars, all those signs, and so they saw the star and they followed the star from Babylon. Now it's interesting that, I was talking with a friend the other day, like, I think honestly Joseph Akwame Jipanga, Joseph was maybe those last minute people, last minute. I'm just thinking, the Bible says, okay, I'm just in my own interpretation, because the fact that he was like, he found no room, like, could it be that this guy was a last minute person, like, so they all went and they didn't get a house for the kid. Now it's also notable that the Magi were not three according to the Bible. The Bible does not say the Magi were three. So we actually believe that there were even maybe more than three. Like, if these were big people, so definitely they were carrying a lot of things. I don't believe that there were only three people. No, the Bible does not say that there are three in number, and so these people saying, like, taking this story to be like people who are actually this Magi or three, it's not correct. It's not. The Bible does not hold the basis for that. And the good thing is that now these gifts that these people brought, these are the gifts that might have helped Joseph take his family to Egypt. I don't think, based on the fact that Joseph was a carpenter, maybe I don't think if this money would have been enough to take him to Egypt. But I believe these gifts might have really had they had an empowerment tool that helped Joseph to go to Egypt, because the Holy Spirit wouldn't have told, the angel Gabriel wouldn't have told Joseph to go to Egypt if he did not have the funds. So I believe this was actually God's provision for what was coming ahead. Now, talking about Joseph, so you just think like, maybe Joseph ako amejipanga because alikosa nyumba. Yeah, alikuwa maybe, but he was a good guy. But maybe maybe, so just like way, kama kijana lazima tu wenye God atusaidie tujipange. Also this, when sometimes we confuse the timelines, we think that by the time the Magi did not find Jesus at the manger, they came to the house. So definitely most deaf, Joseph and Mary, they got a house. So they were no longer in the manger when the Magi came. They already walikuwa shahama, hakuwa anakaa kwa hiyo manger. So that's a good thing to note. And also, because the Magi started the journey when they saw the star. They didn't start the journey before they saw the star. So it is believed that, and also from this, they say from the east, so these guys must have come from far. So anyway, I think this is a good hymn. I used to like this hymn so much. This was a good hymn for me. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. Keep watching. The music are coming soon. Stay fortunate. God bless.